saying hello to you. And it doesn't like this me to rotate. Anyway, but I'm going to show the cards right now and take you guys outside if you want to go outside with me. I'm doing basically 3 card spreads if you're interested, and I'll let you see what decks we got tonight. Alrighty. So tonight's going to be the very first night. I was going to do the January reading today, but I ran out of time. So tonight will be the first time we use the Seasons of the Witch Winter Tarot, and I had a nice little cleansing ritual and me and the deck got to know each other. Never done that with the deck before, but I followed the directions that were in the book, and I thought, oh, why not? I'll do that. And it was pretty fun, and it felt very like this is a really sweet energy. It's going to be very direct to the point, and it'll be easy to understand and clear and all of that. And I also have the Imbolc, which is one of the winter seasons. So that is in February, and but the energies of Imbolc, I think, already have begun, especially after Yule. You start to feel the Imbolc energies, and so I would like to use that tonight. If there's anybody out there that's not celebrating New Year's Eve someplace, and also the Winter's Embrace Oracle. Hi, Craig. Happy New Year's Eve. So let me get a little list going. Let's see what color should I use tonight. I'll use blue. I have another blue. This will be fine. Yes. Are you ready? Hi, Esmeralda. It's so good to see you. Thank you, honey. I think I'm going to, if you don't mind, Esmeralda, I'm going to go ahead and do Craig's reading. Do a quick Craig reading. Maybe not quick, just depends. You can donate as much as you want, and if you need a free one, I will give you a free one. But I usually let donation people go first, but I'm going to let you go ahead and go first. Okay. So, what is your question? We'll start off with this deck. Energy check on Roshara and her coming back towards me, reaching out to me. Okay. I know it has been, Esme. Don't be a stranger. Okay, Roshara. How is Roshara feeling right now? Right, like, is she wanting to reach out to you? What's the energy happening now with Roshara? Has any shifting happened? husband. Let's see. We have innovation. Oh, thank you. That was very nice. Okay. Okay. Oh, well, I hope. Hi, Mark. I hope, for your sake, I guess, I hope she's not either. But I don't, like, do you know if she knows this channel? I'm not super, like, famous or anything, but you never know how people stumble into these places. Okay. Consolation. What? Adaptability and wonder. She's curious about you. Is she gonna act upon her curiosity? Well, I'll tell you what, right now she's in the comfort of community, friends, family, whatever. She has everything she needs. She's probably thinking, well, I mean, I'm pretty content where I am right now. Yeah, she's rich, living the high life. But we have synchronicities at the bottom. Ooh, it's a little hint. I like the synchronicities card. Those very New Year's Eve. So, all right. I think we need to dive in a little deeper. But I'm getting the feeling like I'm feeling like sweet feelings towards you, like gentle, kind of nostalgic. I don't feel it to the point where she's gonna act, but we'll find out about that. I think she's sending you positive vibes. That's what I'm getting. Let's see what. Let's find out what is she thinking, feeling. What's going on? Just to recap, I'm currently blocked, right? I was told by another reader she was connecting with someone else. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I forgot about that part. Encouraged. I will win your heart no matter what it takes. You're so precious to me. Now, normally this deck is called His Feelings. It's kind of confusing when I'm dealing with a man that's the feminine energy and a woman that's the masculine. But and so if I were to take it just masculine feminine, I would say that she wants to win your heart. But I'm kind of picking up somebody's trying to win her heart. Maybe somebody's trying to win her heart. If you're trying to win her heart, then that's your energy. But there's like somebody trying to win her heart. Let's see what else. And feeling loved. Feeling warm, cherished, and blessed to be connected with you. Like I felt before, I'm kind of getting this, a nostalgic energy, confident, feeling good in my skin and good about us as a couple. Well, let's just ask a yes or no question with the pendulum. Okay. All right, pendulum. What's her name? Roshara? Roshara. Is Roshara connecting with another masculine? Okay, I shouldn't say masculine. Is Roshara connecting with someone other than Craig? in a romantic sense. Is Rashara connecting romantically with someone else? Yes or no? Clockwise for yes, counterclockwise for no, and it's saying no, and hesitate too much. It didn't even do sort of the diagonal slash, what usually means just read it in the cards. But now it's kind of saying maybe, no, and maybe. Okay, it's like it's basically no. She may be talking to other people, but she has no romantic feelings for anyone. Does Roshara have romantic feelings towards Craig? Does Roshara feel romantically towards Craig? Yes, she does. So, I don't know what you're seeing in your mind's eye, but she's seeing a whole different picture. Okay, so she may not be taking any action because maybe she doesn't think she's supposed to, and because right now she feels fairly content in her environment the way it is. And maybe she's waiting on you or something. So let's see if she's waiting for something for you to change, something in you to change. But I know if if she blocked you, right? But she has feelings for you, so it is confusing. You're right, it is confusing. But let's see. What do we need to know? What? her There's a connection here that's undeniable, and she's, okay, in my stories that I've had with the feminines and the masculines, traditionally, when the man has blocked the woman, a lot of times it's not because he doesn't want her. A lot of times it's because he's afraid of what he'll do if he has too much freedom with her. Like, blocking her is a form of control, is letting himself be in control of the situation so he can watch or observe her and stuff without her doing the same to him. Gives him a sense of superiority and control. So that could be what she's trying to do here. Like, she doesn't want you to reach out to her, but she still wants to watch you and see you, and she still feels connected to you. And there is some kind of solution to this situation. Okay, but I feel like if you're in the feminine role, right, if you're in the feminine role, and the reason why she blocked you is because she doesn't want you to communicate with her, because she doesn't want you to chase. She wants you to receive, and she wants you to wait until she's ready to give. And I think she wants to be in control of that, and she doesn't want you to try to take control of the situation. She wants you to release control of everything, release and have faith in divine timing. She doesn't want you to take control. She wants you to have faith in the timing. And there's a particular key, like you have the key to her heart, or she has the key to your heart, or there's some kind of particular solution or something between the two of you that can actually open this door and make it work again. I'm feeling called. Where is that deck? I had an image that jumped into my head, and it comes from an oracle deck, and I want you to see what the image is that popped into my head. And this is the image that popped into my head. Let me show you. this. You know, interesting in the word block is the word lock. You're locked out, but you have a key, and I think when she's trying to say subconsciously, or what Spirit's trying to tell you, is there is a way to unlock this, but you might have to do some more soul searching or deep diving to figure out how to unlock this. Now, is this what you want? Do you want romance? Do you want romance with her? All right, I will ask. All right, then. Will Roshan reach out to Craig? Yes or no? Like, within in 2026, will Roshan okay. In 2026, will Roshan reach out to Craig? Yes, she's going to reach out to you. Will she reach out before Craig does? That's a little wobbly right there. It's hard to tell. You might end up cracking a little bit before, like you may end up, yeah, you may end up doing something to give her a pathway to reach out to you. Maybe that's what she needs, just a little saying, whatever, just a clue or something, but she will reach out. Okay, so let's find out when in 2026 will Roshan reach out to Craig? The cross is mid-month. Oh, it's also immediately. Like, she's going to reach out immediately. Maybe she'll see this video and see that you're begging for her presence in her life. Or maybe she'll reach out, maybe tonight she'll reach out and say Happy New Year. Let's ask. Because this card is immediately. Will Roshan reach out to Craig and wish him Happy New Year? No. She's not going to tell you Happy New Year. Will Roshan reach out to Craig within a week? All right, here's the thing. Spirit doesn't want to tell you anymore. She better see this? Okay. Well, Spirit doesn't want to tell you anymore, but the energy is immediate, and it's almost feeling like she's watching this. And she may reach out to you, but Spirit doesn't want me to say because it's like a surprise or something. It's like Spirit doesn't want you to know ahead of time. That's the point of thing. The reason why certain things happen the way they do is you sometimes you're not supposed to be prepared for something. Sometimes you're supposed to just relax and receive it. That's the whole reason why there's a things not working right, because you're not being very good at the feminine role, and that's the role you're supposed to be playing right now. You're supposed to relax. There's too much anxiety and desperation, and you need to relax and let the divine timing and have faith. Like pray a little bit, meditate, relax into it, visualize it. Oh my gosh, okay. Anyway, there you go. There's your reading. I feel like, I feel like she could, but Spirit won't tell you how soon, but it's not going to be New Year's Eve, but it said immediately, okay? And Spirit's immediate is not always the same as our immediate, but it feels like her energy is right here. Like she's already reaching out to you spiritually. Are you listening? Do you feel her? Do you hear songs, lyrics, or whatever that come from her? Like, are you paying attention to the signs and synchronicities, or is the only way you believe in reaching out as a physical, tangible phone call? Because it may be more than that. That's happening here. Okay. I'm gonna leave this one up, buddy. Happy New Year! And when it gets wild outside, maybe I'll take y'all outside to look at some fireworks. Hi, Divine Goddess. Oh, hey, Wolfie. Hey, and I love your fireworks. Very nice. It's Wolfie. Hi, Noxie. Okay, Noxie. Yeah, I remember that. Hi, Divine Goddess. See, I felt you too. Okay, so Noxie, let's pitch you after Esmeralda. I don't remember, but I think it was like 10, right? So Noxie, remind me what that was about. Would I be able to get a reading? Yes. I just wanted a general career read. Sure. Okay. Career. Okay. Oh, first we're doing Esmeralda. Sorry. Esmeralda, you still here? Esmeralda, I wanted you to be the first one to get to use the Seasons of the Witch Winter Tarot. Isn't this neat? Ooh, an opportunity coming up, huh? Let's see what Spirit wants to tell you about that. Okay, here we go. You're on. It's your turn now, Tarot. Let's see what we can do for Esmeralda. Rainbow, I've been wondering how you are. I miss you. Yes, everybody, check out the quadrant readings. You were in there in the quadrant readings, Rainbow. Okay, Esmeralda. Here we go. Career opportunities. What's going on? No! Don't fall asleep. Oh, I see I'm doing this. Okay, Esmeralda, I'm reading for Noxie. Her and career opportunity. I just asked for her career opportunity. Okay. Anyway, so let's clear this again. Noxie, hang in there. We're just gonna do Esmeralda, and then you're next. Okay. Okay, Esmeralda, what's your question, honey? Definitely a change. Okay. But now we're doing Esmeralda. A love reading. Let's go. Okay, I'm going to start, instead of this deck for love, I'm going to start off. So this is for you. Okay, 2026 love. Let's go. What's happening in love for Esmeralda? Wonder. Nice. It looks like somebody exploring, traveling the world. Maybe meeting somebody while you're on travel. So Rainbow says, it's been a busy last few months for me. Sorry to interrupt. I just wanted to stop by and say hi and Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you too, Rainbow. So good to see you. Innovation. Innovation. You got the innovation and consolation too. And the consolation, I feel like okay, this is what kind of makes me feel like meeting somebody who you feel warm with them. You feel a warmth, and they could take you to coffee or something like I'm getting an interesting little story coming out for you. Like you're about to meet somebody and maybe you got stood up, but somebody else came by and they're like, oh, let me buy you coffee or something like that. And then you get to talking to this other person that's way better than the person that you were going to meet. Something like that. Okay. Aftermath. Yeah. Like this is, he was sort of the afterthought, but actually he ends up being the one. Okay. Oh, sweet dreams. Thank you. Let's see. Anything else? Okay, I'm not gonna use a different deck. Let's see. What's next in your love life? That's not done. Ooh, rekindle. An old flame returns. What? A soulmate is here, but not necessarily the same as the... Oh, see, a blind date. A blind date. A healing connection, and then somebody that you're going to spend a lot of quality time with. This is a person that you're going to date pretty much the whole year and really enjoy each other's company. And it really feels good to be with them. It's like the medicine to your heart. But I don't know if it's in the old flame. Like an old flame could come back, that your connection sort of gets healed, but it may not be the one that you continue the year with. Not sure how that's working out. Let's see if we can figure that one out a little bit. Let's find out the story here. Yeah, and that's also what I was thinking. like a past life, exactly, love, flame, like twin flame, past life, twin flame type of guy. Yeah, that makes sense too. So let's see what the cards have to say about it, and then we'll know. All right. Okay, here we go. New deck. Okay, I'll start again. Two of winter. Oh, the winter chariot. Ooh, the winter chariot is the card that the deck gave me as my mirror card. And so the winter chariot is about like looking at or having two choices of directions. When you're driving the chariot, you have the white and the black, and you're always making good choices, and you're always triumphing, and really connected to your really connected to your intuition and which way to go. Chariot also represents the sign of Cancer, and let's see, in love, well, in love it feels like a victorious kind of love. It feels like a balanced kind of love. You know, it also makes me think of the my dream that I had where the couple is riding in a sled that turns into a carriage that flies through the sky. So, you know, it's like ascension, like you're ascending with somebody. Let's see what else. Okay, nice. Six of Winter Wands. So this feels like, and I feel like these answers are going to be kind of a winter answer. You know, it's like all the way until March is what we're getting with these questions. And so from now until March, you have a few things happening. You have this sort of elevated energy where you're, you know, triumphing, you're dreaming big. Your love life is ascending. It's like going into a better place. And then you have a shift in your journey. I was gonna say, did that have a sled too? That would be crazy if it did. And it's again achievement and fame and being very recognized. I right before I did this reading, I stumbled upon a little YouTube video, and it was supposed to be about love life, and then she ended up saying you're going to be famous, you know. And so it could, something like that could be connected, related to you, like the person that you're with that's coming could have some kind of fame or no, you know, well known, or you will be, and that's how they meet you or see you, or the two of you have something to do with that, kind of like a known energy, like recognized. You're both recognized somehow. I really feel like March is a specific message. I keep getting signs about March or like spring. Uh-huh, okay. So like I feel like this could be right before you get into the spring equinox, like just days before, you know? Let's see what else. Ooh, the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Winter Cups, like right before winter ends, on those final days, that's when it happens. And this, you got the Ace of Winter Pentacles too. See, it's like a money, love, fame related situation. So it's abundance of love, but it is very new. It could feel like something old, as in past life old, but not like, I don't really think it's somebody you already know. But if unless you talk to somebody you already know just for a little bit to clear the air, but it just that passes and this new energy comes through. Thank you, Wolfie. Thank you. Aren't these pretty? All right, so let's get an oracle message to go with it and see if that helps. And I also just feel like there's a lot more to the story. We have to get into the details of it, Esmeralda. Oh, you got cinnamon rolls at the bottom. I think we should take it. Warm my heart, all deserving comfort, readies my heart. I was feeling such a warm, lovey-dovey energy, especially with this hot cocoa, you know? It's like somebody you're meeting. I don't at a place that has maybe a performer or something like that. Recognized, you both recognize something like that, and then you connect, but it feels like a really warm, cozy connection. It just feels like sweet and chocolatey and comfort. It feels very comforting. And what is so lately, this is very interesting, you guys. I have all clairs, right? I have claircognizance, clairsentience, clairaudience, and clairvoyance. But they don't always happen all at the same time, and sometimes different ones are more highlighted than others. And I don't know if it has anything to do with astrology or the transits, and which make certain clairs a little bit stronger than others, because claircognizance has to do with the mind, clairvoyance has to do with the eyes and sight and downloads, like spiritual downloads. And then clairaudience is like hearing things. It comes from a different place. Not sure what level that is, but that's where I started. I started at clairaudience. I would hear things. But lately, I have been so clairsentient so much. Like the feeling, I'm feeling everything. I'm feeling the things that happen, and I'm having really trouble describing the moment, the words to the feelings. But I'm feeling the feelings, which is a good thing, because feelings is what manifests this for you. Feeling it as real will manifest the actual person to you. So tap into the feeling of it, or act as if too, the feeling of it, the feeling of love coming in, because I'm feeling it. It's so weird. I don't feel it for myself, but I feel it for you. I feel this, oh, it's so nice and warm, and I feel so cozy. Like I feel that. So I love cinnamon rolls. No, I love them too. They're good. So, cinnamon roll, the key word is love, self-love too, comfort, and being content and peace. That's why I knew this was for you. And it feels like sharing a cookie and a cinnamon roll or a cup of coffee here too, with the Ace of Winter Pentacles. The Pentacles represents the tangible physical object, and the ace is that new thing that you're doing that has to do with something. I often see this as, like the engagement ring too card, like it can represent those kinds of things. But I feel like it's an offering, like, hey, can I get you a cup of coffee? I see the scene too. It's really nice. It's a little bit urban, and it feels kind of cold. I don't know where you live, but wherever this is that I'm seeing, it doesn't feel quite like spring is sprung yet. So, but anyway, cinnamon rolls are a positive omen, especially for love. And it means a declaration of love and a proposal. So you're going to get proposed to this year. Oh my goodness, Esmeralda. And it's It's your emotions are going to feel so happy in this period. You're going to feel peaceful and joy, and your emotional desires will manifest for you. This is also like this feeling of gratitude and a positive outlook, and you know, like this is you also needing to share with others your good vibes, right? So don't hog all that goodness to yourself. Bring some over here for me too, you know. You've been having dreams. I always dream, however past few days it happens, or like thing keep happening. I dreamt of your boss, right? And then he came back, yes. And then a neighbor, and then someone moved next door. There you go. That happens to me too, especially like in the morning dream, right before I wake up. I'll dream some strange things, you know. I'm like, why did I dream that? And then in the day, I'm talking about snakes. I'm like, oh, that's weird. How did it, you know, I'm like watching a show that had snakes on it, and I dreamt of snakes. Like, what does it matter that I did? You know, like, is it significant somehow? But it could be, you know. And by the way, speaking of snakes, 2025 was the year of the snake. Thank you. Go away, snake, already. You know, it's like, all right, shed my skin. I'm done with you. Let's move on. Let's go. Let's get in the horsies. And see, you have horsey here. And this is definitely 26 because you're on the horse. And the chariot is driven by horses in a lot of those cards, right? So it definitely feels good. Well, I think yes, it is. And we can I'm going to be doing a bunch of those Chinese New Year's readings too. So you guys stay tuned. I have a love reading coming up, and I have January reading coming up too. Um, this year got very busy and time flew, but yesterday I was gonna do a reading, and then I got called in to do a different kind of job. And I was busy all day long doing that. But then I ran out of time, and then today I just was the trying to wrap up the year, you know, doing little rituals and things. Hey, Star Girl, good to see you. Happy New Year. So, all right, let's party. Um, so I think Esmeralda, I could, if you'd like, I can see what if March comes out in timing, or we can like look later and just keep on looking. All right, let's see. Is something happening in March? Let's see. What's the timing on this? Yeah, okay, let's see what it says. This deck is being quiet. Oh, that's good. An addition to your life. You're leveling up. Your love life's leveling up. And the stork, like in this particular, some pictures there's two storks, and I like those too. But and storks mate for life just like swans, you know. So that's good. And it, you know, it doesn't have to be baby. It means something new is happening in your life. Like a new person coming into your life, being part of your rituals, being part of your daily, everyday ins and out. Your prince is coming. Oh. Okay, Spirit, what month is he coming? What month? Can you please tell us what month, please? And the stork represents the 17th. It's not a month. It just it represents a day. Yeah. Oh, but the stork is spring. So there you go. That could be all that Spirit wants to say. The stork is spring. Okay. Like, interesting. Oh, your love is here. And has to do with a moon cycle, maybe a full moon. Maybe in the evening you meet a particularly favorable moon cycle. And 24 is not a timing card. It just represents ongoing. Like this is a soul connection. Like you've always, you've always been connected to this soul. That's about all I can tell you. But I feel like the stork's saying spring, so I think then you're right, spring. That's nice. And the moon also represents a new romance. And the Lenormand moon doesn't mean like confusion. Actually, the Lenormand moon means fame. So again, with the famous person or fame related to your situation and a growing romance. And in timing, moon cycles, evening or nighttime. Yes, yeah, and then cherry blossoms. There you go. Now you, right? You're being good at divination. When I drew this card, or I designed it, it's because it's my cherry Lenormand deck that I had cherry blossoms here, but you definitely can represent a moon cycle, a moon phase in the springtime. So during some particular, maybe a full moon in some particular spring month. Wow. Sounds good. Okay. You're welcome. Oh, you could bring it in faster, maybe. Like right now, the course is headed for spring. But maybe with all these winter cards, it's saying it could come sooner. Okay. Who's next? Noxie. Noxie, did you fall asleep? All right, let's see. Where are we? We've got... Divine Goddess. You're holding on? Okay. So let's check into your career opportunity coming up. Let's see. Let's go ahead and start with the Winter's Embrace. Oh, that was fast. Vacancy. Oh, interesting. Like a job opening. Um, s- it's like when you go look for a hotel and there's a room available, or when you're looking for a job, there's a job opening. Avenues. Somebody's helping you, or you're finding your way to this. You're traversing the streets. It could be in a nice part of town. It could be very charming. It could be a nice location, structure that you're working from. Ooh, see, a destination. So maybe the commute or something like that is an important part of this. And consolation. The consolation is, I think it's like you may have to drive a little extra, but the consolation is you're going to get a lot more money. You buy more cocoa or something like that. Okay. Anything else? Progress and alchemy. This is gonna feel really like you're like in your lane. That's what I'm hearing. I don't know why. You're really feeling like in your lane, in your vibe, in your wheel rights. That feeling of like this is me. You know, I'm feeling good. Like this is my gig, my thing. Alrighty, let's see what the tarot says. It's like, come on, baby tarot, you can do it. Okay. Also, this sounds like consultation, like consulting with somebody, like talking to somebody. Even though it's consolation, it sounds like consultation. But you know, when you hear that word consolation, it's often accompanied with the word prize, consolation prize. So it's like you're still winning something. You're winning something. What? What's going on? Ooh, Ace of Winter Wands. Nice. You're gonna feel a big passion towards this. Something is happening and it's new and it feels good. Like you feel happy, you feel energized, you feel like this is your thing. You feel like you can put your heart into it, or your passion, your guts into it, you're all into it. It makes you feel good just trying it. It's very creative and everything feels to be like full steam ahead, and everything feels aligned, and your deepest passion can now move forward, and all the ideas in your mind, they're just potentials, and you are able to now make use of them. If you've asked about a specific venture or path, then this is your sign that it is truly meant for you. Success is likely depending on how much energy you're willing to put in. You've imagined what's possible. Now it's up to you to make a dream your reality. Well, that's a good sign. Okay. speaking of to the point, nice, Tarot. Thank you. That is very to the point. That's all we need, right? That's the end. That's the question answered. You just have to, you don't be afraid to put your own, like, you know how sometimes we're like, I'm afraid to put so much into it. What if it doesn't work out? And then I've used all this energy and I got my hopes up and my heart open and my feelings into it. So a lot of people will resist doing that. And that, because it's like to save yourself something. But I think that's kind of I think it doesn't help. You know, I think win or lose any kind of well, I think most situations, win or lose, you should give it your all, because how are you going to know if you don't give it your all? You think about, I'm suddenly seeing gymnasts, but like, okay, look at that, like a gymnast about ready to do the the horsey thing, whatever that's called, the vault thing, and they're running and they hit it perfectly and they flip it or whatever, and then they land perfect and they stand, hands up in the air. And what if they approached it with kind of a half heart? They're definitely not going to flip the way they need to flip and land good and get any good score, whatever. Like, nobody would do that, because they practice and practice and practice and work and work and work and make it till it gets perfect, with the knowledge that they could mess up and hurt themselves or do something bad or not end up landing perfectly. That doesn't mean they're not going to run and do their very best to hit everything perfectly, you know what I mean? So that's I guess that's the point here. It's like this is meant for you. It's kind of like spirit saying this is meant for you, yes, but you do have to work. You still have to, put a lot of effort into it too. You can't do it half-heartedly. There's some things in life that you can be very laid back about and you still end up gaining a lot, but not this particular thing. All right. Ooh, the Winter Emperor. This seems like boss or something. Or it could be also you, like you being boss. So it's important for you to, it's important for you to this one is so cool. I love this one. Okay, midnight. Now you would think that midnight is it's important for you to have a good mindset too, not to get into doubts and not doubt yourself, not be afraid, and not second guess yourself. The Emperor is a maiden, and she is about to face this big old giant emperor thing. He's the authority. He's deciding who's worthy to pass and so on. And it's like, it's a true test of the maiden's confidence and strength. She could go the easier or the other routes. She could back down, or she could face the authority. And she commands her respect of herself and her own inner authority, and she faces the emperor. So, so it's about you to it feels more like than the emperor. It feels more like a little like the Six of Swords, like a trials and like thou shalt not pass or thou shalt pass. It's like something is allowing you, like putting, checking, observing your abilities or whatever, allowing you to pass or not pass. It could be tests, like exams or things like that. But anyway, there is things that you're passing that you're facing and you're passing them, because the midnight is here, which is, surprise, surprise, is the sun card. So I'm glad I've already did a flip through review of this. I was like, what is this card? It's the sun. So traditionally, the sun card is finding your light no matter how dark their surroundings are. And this is also feeling at peace. There's still things for you to figure out, but this is you feeling happy about an outcome, feeling really happy, like this is happiness and joy and all of that. And you don't, and it's like the relief, the pressure is over, you know. So you go, you face the emperor, and then you're like, ah, I did it, I made it, or whatever. And yeah, no matter what happens in the situation, I feel like at the end of it, you're gonna feel happy, like super happy, joyful, relaxed, peaceful, relieved. This is a moment of achievement and feeling even more confident, like after doing it. You're like, look at me, look at what I just did. Oh my God, I'm so great. You know? You're celebrating your wins. This is a win, all right. This is a bottle of wine. This is expressing yourself. This is a win. This is whatever you're setting out to do, you're achieving it, you're winning it. Looks good. It looks really good. Did I already get? No, I didn't. Okay, I'm gonna get you a Seasons of the Witch card. An oracle. A milk oracle. Forged in fire. Your strength was crafted through adversity, a mastery only you behold. You did. This is like you're facing the emperor, and you did it. Forged in fire. This is you a mastery of your skill, completion of a task, and being detail oriented. So in the olden days, metalsmithing is a centuries old practice that has literally been honed in fire over countless generations. A master smith knows quality work as in the details and will spend hours refining to create a superior product. A smith was a sacred part of a community, especially during ancient times of constant war. Blades, axes, and armors could make or break a soldier in battle, so taking shortcuts could have deadly consequences. So this is looking at the smaller details rather than focusing on the bigger picture. Um, don't, no matter what, whatever you're gonna do in this year, let's just say, don't ever take any shortcuts. Always take that extra step to make sure you get every detail right. Don't stress over it, but it's like there's just not going to be any shortcuts. That's it. In your journey and in your job. And then anything that you do in this year is you're going to have to always take the long road to get there, not the shortcut road. You're going to have to go through the process. Also, I understand, like, whenever we start something new, we just want to know how to do it already and not be a new person anymore. We don't want to be a newbie. We don't want to be the the one that has to get used to everything. But That's just a fact. A new person has to get used to stuff, and then eventually you know it, and then actually after time you can become the trainer and you can help other people out. But you're always, when you start something new, you're always going to be the new person. You're going to be new at it, and it happens, and there's nothing wrong with that. So that's sort of something that you have to accept. But also, this is saying that you're going to master things pretty fast and easily. But you also have to not take any shortcuts. That's been a theme for 2025, really? Really? Oh gosh, okay. No shortcuts, huh? Yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean. You could be doing some kind of training or education or something furthering some additional something like that. And yeah, but it's a kind of honing skills kind of thing, and also being hired for being high quality and knowing your stuff. But there's no end to not knowing stuff. Like there's always more things to learn and more things to do, and the world's constantly changing, and we have to keep adapting with the new things that keep coming out. But that's kind of how it's gonna go. Hmm. Very nice. I feel like there's some people who do like get stuck with the old fashioned things because they just like it. And there could be like a faction out there. This is kind of not really part of your reading, but it's just sort of for the collective. I'm feeling like in 2026 we're gonna see a lot of people trying, like, holding on to old fashioned ways of doing things just for the sake of it because of AI, I think, and because of all this, new robotic stuff happening and how quickly information is processed and whatnot. I feel like, just like when we first got cell phones and just like when we first got internet, a lot of people resisted, right? Resisted getting a cell phone in the first place. A lot of people resisted going from flip phone to regular or whatever, like all that, the resistance when it came to the next new thing. But and then you end up doing it. But I feel like instead of that happening particularly, I think this year we're going to be a lot of like, we're just going to do like a lot of more old-fashioned things like growing things ourselves, sharing our items with people, a lot more communities type stuff, like hanging out after church or after like group things where there's like, where we share our things that we make and our stories and our energy, where we're not like constantly bent over a phone tapping to each other like that, but we're actually eye to eye and sharing. I think society's trying to, might want to go that way a little bit, because I think there's an exhaustion, a little bit of an exhaustion of the media world out there. That social media, there's like a social media exhaustion and a news exhaustion and as like all of this, the information system exhaustion, kind of feeling where everything's coming at you. Also, like consumerism, it's like all of that starting to get kind of like tired, and people are gonna go want to be more do more simple things like being a farmer or a rancher, instead of being a city folk that's hops from one, like a coffee shop to their fancy high rise building. It's I feel like more of those natural things are gonna happen. Anyway, that's what I'm seeing. It does relate to your reading, the AI stuff. Yeah. Well, here's also, I saw an interview that I thought was really interesting. One of the guys from Shark Tank, who's going to be in a movie with, anyway, I don't know why I was seeing this interview, but it was interesting because they were talking about tariffs and this and that, and he's like, we're kind of focusing on the things that we don't need to be focusing on, like. it's sort of small and obvious, though, talking about tariffs. But what we really should be talking about is what nobody's really talking about, but it's happening very fast, is the AI stuff. And basically, AI is going to take over certain positions, like certain starting positions that a lot of humans have had, the research positions, those beginner positions. And so he was saying what new people entering the workforce, figuring out what they want to do, might want to get into the entertainment industry, or the events and things where, like, people to people kind of things, because that's going to be, he was saying, he was seeing that events were going to be more popular, because people are going to want to, like, spend time with each other more, like in social ways, because of AI being able to take care of everything else so easily. So that's something that's like a balance, in our worlds there. I don't think that's such a bad thing. I think it's pretty, and it's weird because I happen to be accidentally now in the world of events myself. I didn't think that was gonna happen, and because I'm not a super social person. I actually kind of have a little bit of social anxiety, and when I'm like being thrust into the physically social world, I was fine in social media, like the internet gives you a sense of anonymity, and also, like, you can sit around in your pajamas and do stuff, but the social world, you have to, you feel like you gotta be, like, have an image, be you, like, dress good, dress in a confident way that makes you feel good, and all of that. And so I've had to do more of that this year, which is interesting, instead of sitting around in pajamas all day. Yeah. So, but it's kind of, I think it's good. I think it's good for me, even though it's not my comfort zone. It's good for me. All right. So there you go. Hope that gives some clues into your future, but I feel much success for you. You're welcome, and Happy New Year and sweet dreams. Sweet dreams is next, and you also have sweet dreams, because I know you said you were about to fall asleep. So thank you for staying up with us, and I hope you have a wonderful New Year. I'm gonna go get some tea. I was gonna make coffee, but I didn't want to have coffee this time. I made warm some water up. Now I gotta rewarm the water up, I guess. Okay. Also have a quickie 10-minute reading that I did. Was it this morning or yesterday? I think it was yesterday. No, it was today. This morning. So a little romance reading too for 2026. Also out there, if y'all are interested. Is Sweet Dreams here? Hey girl. Or boy? Girl. Girl. All right, girl. What's your question? What energy is building between my Aquarius and I the next few months? Okay, you and your Aquarius. What's building? Let's call this what's happening before the spring. Since we got the winter. Ooh, richness is happening. I mean, that could literally be money is growing, and which allows a lot of room for you guys to grow in directions that y'all need to, invest in your love. You're also got memories and eternity. That feels like promises here. Intelligence. Oh, that's my kitty. And again with the consolation. And for everybody, the consolation means something different. For you, it's not about... I can... I kind of hear a joke, like your Aquarius is saying, like, lucky you, you get me, Yay for you. I'm your prize. I'm what you win out of this situation. You get me for life or something like that. Like making a joke out of like a really serious thing that's gonna happen, I think. I was sipping and something happened. That's so crazy. It's like I got all choked up. Wait, I don't know why that happened that way. Okay. No, I'm crying. Oh, somebody's all choked up. It's very like romantic, something romantic feeling. What's building? I like that word building. That's a really good word for a love relationship. What's building? Oh, speaking of building, Ten of Pentacles. This is very much like, because I was thinking building, when you're using the word building for a romantic relationship, it sounds like a pentacle word, you know? And that's why a richness must have come out, because it's like, it is, it feels like literally like building houses, like literally growing things, literally, putting your money towards something long lasting and substantial. So, uh, Ten of Winter Pentacles, I'm like almost feeling like overwhelmed with happiness here. So, this is like home life and family, and it's your legacy. It's a lot of times I think of the Ten of Pentacles as taking somebody's last name, and like how names last forever throughout history, and your children and your grandchildren and your great grandchildren, and all these, goes on and on. And that's why it was so important in the old days for people to have a male heir, have a man, boy, child, to carry on the name. Although, like, women can do that too, if they want to. Like, there's no rules like that anymore, but still, people still follow that kind of tradition in a lot of ways. But it's more than just a name, it's a legacy too. It's the things that you do that you're remembered by for the rest of your, like history too. So sometimes it has to do with that too. Kind of like if you own a company or a farm, like a lot of those Christmas shows that I was watching this Christmas, where, it's like the family farm, the family ranch, the family vineyard, and things like that. It's like these things that like are passed down through your generations that, you know, that are taken up. So it has this sort of vibe to it, but it doesn't have to be that fancy. But it is next to the rich card, so so yeah, it could be fancy, but it's just something that you could be working on together that's very long lasting. It's definitely financial stability and comfort. And it's definitely like considered the happily ever after card and the joy and the made it. And you made it in finances and career and the legacy that you're leaving behind. And prosperity and giving freely and generously and emerging wiser and more patient. I feel like you guys I feel like you guys are already a really great couple. Like there wasn't to much more to do like with you. Like there's not much more to not not a lot more to go, but so like anything that you do is up, right? Anything you do is you have the winter hanged man. The winter, so the hanged man is kind of like an aha moment, looking outside the box, maybe trying new things. Oh, and I know I oftentimes I used to use this card it's supposedly for Pisces, but I used to think of it belonged to Aquarius because one of my favorite Aquarians that I've known in my lifetime used to say to me, I like the way you think. You think outside the box. Like maybe there's just some things that your Aquarius, like little sayings that your Aquarian does that really like make you laugh or make you happy. Like they're also kind of like those wise sayings that people just say throughout life that, you know, you if you sit and think about it, you're like, well, you know what? That's really true. It's really profound, and it really works. It really means something. So, so yeah, I feel like the winter hanged man. Well, so I feel like most of this is what I'm getting. Most of the rest of winter is just gonna be this vibe, so you're gonna be like riding high on Christmas vibes. It's like, wasn't that nice? Wasn't it so great to have all this and feel so abundant and yeah, it's just feeling like that, like just riding that way for a while. Maybe I don't think much new will be happening, but maybe in spring, but um. It could be like, winter can can create situations that you have to stay indoors maybe a little bit more than usual and not go out exploring as much. And so that's kind of what it seems like. There's just sort of this suspended feeling. When you look out in the snow, there's just like that hushed energy and so peaceful and quiet and that like hushed energy. I don't know, something special about that. And I live in Texas and I don't sneeze snow very much, but like when I see it, I appreciate it, right? Mhm. It definitely feels like that hibernation energy, like slowing down, chilling, reading books, enlightening things, pondering the universe, looking outside the box, just like stuff like that. Like really not like in I don't know like what time frame this is, but I feel like early this year, not kind of a little bit more laid back or during the winter. But let's see what you're going to keep building because it could be a house, like see, but I don't know if it feels like February, maybe things are just not, maybe nothing until March. Again, March, but let's see. Anything building in January and February? We might have to check back for the rest of the year. Ooh, you also got the Six of Winter Wands. And this is good. This is like fame and fortune and success and recognition. You're building I think you both may be building a name for yourself. So definitely feeling like y'all are embarking on something that a company or legacy, a name, a brand or something like that. But I mean, if you want to, you can totally do that. And something that's going to be well known and well respected and everybody likes and every like recognizable. And ooh, you got the Winter Devil. What is that about? We're getting like I'm feeling like a lot of Capricorn Pentacle vibes, right? Money and wealth and material things. And just it's just important not to get it all out of balance. Let's see what the Winter Devil wants to tell us. Mm. You know what? It sounds like a similar message to Noxie's about the shortcut thing, and yours also is kind of like uh, choosing the easier path, right, or a different path that they're easier, and so it's like little I think that's warnings for the collective. It must be that's come into your readings about um, about making sure to do things in a methodical way, and nothing that's out of balance, or trying to skip steps, or trying to, like, also I'm hearing like kind of like building supplies. If it came to like literally building something and you're guys, and you might want to cut costs at not buying like such and such, and you want to get that instead. And I feel like the devil is kind of like, don't cut costs in some of these important building blocks, like, because the foundation has to be super sturdy and has to be the finest materials. And then some details, some of the detail work, or the like the cosmetic stuff could maybe be less fine, but the really important materials should be the high quality materials. That's what I'm hearing, something like that. So it's like, again, with the don't cut corners or take shortcuts. But and this can also be personal, like the personal um attachment to what you're doing. So that's it. It's like, you two are building something and you can have pride in it, but maybe like not get too overly attached to situations and outcomes and things like that. Not too overly attached to a certain way of doing things. And it kind of goes back to the winter hanged man. It's like the hanged man to help you um, see more than one way of doing something. So don't get too fixed, like fixated or fixed. But it's not a really bad card in this reading, because I feel like it's an overall happy reading. But it is like, it makes me think of materials. Like, material is the word of the devil, because we live in a material world. And but then again, like when we think of the if we break it down, we're like, oh, material society, and then it starts to make us feel a little guilty about it. It's like, we're not supposed to feel guilty about the material of the world. The material it's a necessity, it's a need, it's it is building our lives. But at the same time, you have to balance it with the spiritual too, and other things in your life that aren't are as important. And so kind of like, don't sweat the small stuff sometimes. That's kind of what I'm getting with that one. Anyway, so nothing too serious. My friend's texting me. She's like, stay skinny. I'm like, yeah, I've never been skinny. So, all right. And so we have the Four of Winter Pentacles. This is interesting. Four of Pentacles. So it's like the places where you save money. So it's kind of like a fine tune. Like, where do I save money? Where do I hold back? And where do I and these two together. So I think this almost like a clarifying this card. It's like the devil here, the devil in the details. Details are going to be important too. Like a similar reading with details and not taking shortcuts. That's so interesting. Both of y'all, but in different ways. Very similar but different. And the Four of Pentacles is this kind of almost desire to hold back your budget, or hold back things where you might want to be a little bit looser, but at the same time, yeah, maybe you do want to hold on to some things. I just feel like you got to really tap into spirit when you get into this energy. You're losing a little sight of the big picture, and like the forest through the trees kind of energy. Is like you need to tap into spirit. You need to pray, go to church, or talk to spirit or whatever. Get some divine energy to help you out through this phase, because you might get too bogged down in the details in the material world and what to save and what not to save. We are just building the relationship. We hold back on emotions sometimes. Yeah. Okay. Well, Spirit wants to show you through a building of physical things here. So let's see. Let's talk about feelings. It's almost like almost like the tarot is getting too bogged down into the building metaphor too. Okay. Let's get into feelings. So let's see about your feelings. Ooh, you're very connected. I love this feeling, how you finish my sentences and anticipate my thoughts. That's always going to be like one of your main gifts that you have with each other. Oh, but sometimes he feels dejected. I don't know where I went wrong. And it might not, it's not your fault. Most of the time, like, we get into our own insecurities. So it's like y'all have to work on yourselves individually as well as a couple. But then you have joy again. Feeling lighthearted when I'm with you. Ooh, enchanted. I'm mesmerized and amazed by your loveliness. And focused. There are things that can be distracting my attentions on the greater goal. It feels like daily life, you know. But I think you find plenty of ways to show love and affection to each other. And intrigue. Feeling like I should investigate these clues. So, I don't know, it seems like his work might be, he maybe do a lot of computer or focusing work. And so he uses his mind so much. It can happen if somebody uses their mind so much, and sometimes it's hard to tap into the feelings, or it's hard to transition from your brain into the feelings. Ooh, you're scared about how strong the connection is? Well, it seems to me it feels like y'all it feels like you have a tangible 3D connection, and that you're in each other's lives physically pretty frequently. That's what I'm getting. Is that not true? Is it just this feeling of like a lot is left unsaid? Especially if you have sort of a psychic communication, sometimes you forget to say things out loud that need to be said out loud. But love language, physical touch, a tender touch means so much. That looks a lot of strong connection. You're scared to get hurt. Well, I knew I was going to see this one. I'm feeling like loving words. You've got the love languages coming out, and saying, you need to say out loud the good things that you're feeling on the inside. But even some of the scary things you're feeling on the inside, it's important to be vulnerable and express those feelings. and open your heart. Always keep that open. Love is the highest energy of all. Let it in. And give each other the benefit of the doubt, too. Give your relationship a chance. So, this one is interesting because it's like miscommunication happens all the time, and it's about not jumping to conclusions. Like a thought that comes into your head, and then you run away with that thought and you never even talk to him about it or something like that. And then suddenly he's feeling like this kind of tension, and he's like, what's going on here? And it's because it's not anything that he did. It's a thought that you had, and you ran away with it, and you never asked him about it. And now you're thinking a certain thing about him, and he never even had any time to explain what, like, address it and address your thought and explain and to ease your fears, to ease and make it comfortable for you, to help you understand, oh, well, that fear is unfounded, my love, because you are the meaning of my life, and there's no one else, and I only love you. Or that fear is unfounded because I think you're the hottest person I've ever met. Or that fear is unfounded because, you're the only one person I want to ever talk to. You know what I mean? There a lot of things a lot of things pop up in our heads because of our insecurities. And it might not be on your side, it might be on his side, or maybe a little bit of both. Yes, you're right. We have been trying to communicate better, but it's hard sometimes. Yeah. All right. So let's see if we can get any solutions on how to communicate. It could be that what is the key to communication here? There's could be that you both have a similar style, attachment style. You could both be avoidance. Like, I don't know very much about this because I like a little bit of psychology, and I like a little bit about the whole attachment style stuff is kind of interesting. But I get it. I get why people talk about it, because it's it taps back into the fight or flight thing that we have inside of us whenever it comes to a moment of crisis or whatever. What do we do in that moment? It's interesting. I watched like TV shows like, like Love is Blind or whatever, Bachelor. These people are always forced to talk to each other in front of cameras. But I know they have to have had some kind of um, counseling in order to help them, because it's natural for when somebody gets upset or triggered to run away and not even want to talk about stuff. But in those shows, they're like, no matter how you feel, you're gonna have to talk it through in words, actual words, and not in insults. You know what I mean? Because we're so used to doing that too. Like, when we get upset, we just yell insults to each other sometimes, or like a lot of you statements, like, you never do this. But when, the productive communication, there's supposed to be I statements. I feel like this when this happens. And you have to talk a really slow instead of really fast, and it's hard when you're angry or when you're upset to slow down the speed and to get in touch with the feelings in the moment beyond that trigger feeling. I don't know how they do it, but I'm a runner. Like, I don't like to talk about my feelings, so I run away. So, okay, Sweet Dream says, I'm Aries with Aquarius rising, and we both have Capricorn moons. So yes, we're a lot similar. Capricorn moons. I love Capricorn moon people. Well, and you have a lot of things, right, matching up. But, there are going to be those occasional places that you don't see eye to eye, and you have to just express those out loud. So let's see what the Imulk Oracle says. One of the things that I'm hearing, you know how I was saying that he has cute little ways of saying things like ball and chain or you're stuck with me or whatever, his little sayings. Like he might say something like what we think about, we bring about. That's what my Aquarian always said before I ever read The Secret. And then, no, after I read The Secret, and I met him, and he started saying, what you think about, you bring about. I'm like, what? That's in The Secret. And he's like, what's the secret? Um, but it's in those little sayings. That's a clue. Like, there's clues there. It's important to pay attention to those things that he says, even if they sound like little memes or jokes. But well, I think you're different. I think it's interesting. Aquarius rising can be different than Aquarius. Similar but different, like you said. Ooh, Milk Moon Witch, what's going on? Watch as the tides turn in your favor, weaving the waters within and conjuring unspoken desire. I don't know, but I think you don't be worried for no reason because this is like your reading is so good. Look at all of this love. Rich, 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 lots of tons of money, building things together, growing, physically growing things. Also, the devil is Capricorn moon and physical touch, and good words of affirmation. And yeah, again, with the words of affirmation, letting each other know how you feel. You feel like I'm like always, I'm happy to be with you. Sometimes I have to be focused on other areas. Maybe, the one thing about the Aquarian that I was with, I was like, can you just please hang a sign when you need to be by yourself and not talk to me for a little while? Because just so I know, I don't know, like gone fishing or something like that. Like when he like tapped out, I was like, hello, is anybody there? But other than that, like, I feel like you're really, really, other than a little bit of feeling dejected once in a while, but I don't, like human emotions occasionally. I think you got a lot of happiness, and then we've got that milk and moon. This is like the milk and honey card. It's like you definitely. I think you definitely can make a lot of money together this year. Hey, Salama. So, yeah, here we go. Clarity, the tides are turning, and victorious outcome. So the answer to your situation is about to become very clear. Just as the night sky blooms with moonlight on a full moon, there's something about what you've asked that has remained hidden until now. A piece of information you didn't know was missing, or confirmation that your suspicions were correct. So this is your confirmation. Maybe you misinterpreted things or something, but now you're going to be pleasantly surprised. So you're about to get to a climax. You might climax together. I don't know, but things are going to be working out, and more positivity. You're going to be entering a phase of nourishing, like very Empress energy, like loving mother energy towards each other. So you don't have to feel worried about anything. You can feel that comfort that you might be. You just need a little bit more assurance. I think the assurance is coming through. Yes, I've told my clients that too. Oh. Okay, well, we're a little bit, the list is a little full, but I might be able to do that. After I do Divine Goddesses, I was going to go out and look at a little fireworks and then come back and maybe we can get to your reading if you want to hang out for that. All right, well, hopefully that helps. We can look into it more next time. Now that I felt into your energy, maybe we can get into more of the details of each other's feelings. But I feel like as far as like a connect, like a partnership, you really, I mean, y'all are very strong. You're like, I don't know if you're married yet, but you feel like a very common law marriage here. Like you belong to each other. Thank you. Good. I feel very secure about this relationship. Nice. Okay, well, soon the complications will be less complicated. Oh, another thing he used to say, he would say, oh, what do you say? We say something about a storybook, but then he would say it will be revealed. It will be revealed soon. It will be revealed. All right, that's good. Okay, spirit messages. Happy New Year! Okay, let's see. Ooh, you got devotional. Oh, that's so pretty. There's something so intimate when letters reflect the tongue. In times of introspection, when I am at my most vulnerable and revealing all that lives in me. And it reminds me a lot of what I was talking about earlier, that we as a society might go back to old-fashioned ways of doing things. So like maybe writing letters to each other instead of emails or text messages, like old-fashioned letters. Love letters. Could be a love letter, but I feel like it's also about you journaling, like maybe the year in review and just write down all your thoughts and feelings about the year. Introspection and reflection. The beautiful thing about a journal is that you're free to say the things you wouldn't dare utter out loud. It's a sacred space to record your thoughts and analyze your feelings in the comfort of pages that will never tell your secrets. And allowing your words to flow freely, you make space to let the intelligence of your heart and soul speak. And you can do, I mean, do you do automatic writing? Because that could be a way to talk to people without, beyond a text message that's very ego driven. If you want to reach out to their souls and, bypass all the ego stuff, those automatic writing can be very helpful. And then I think also make writing down your dreams too. And when you write down your dreams, you can read it as soon as you write it, and then give it a few days and read it again and see like what has happened and what is the sign for you. Yeah, on travel's very nice. Maybe this is spirit suggesting like your gorgeous pictures, like writing and adding photography to a travel book. Like kind of an inspirational, meditational travel book. Yeah, if you want to try dream journaling, that could be really good too. But yeah, a lot of those things, or like, I think I moved past that stage. I remembered them. I don't know what that means. Okay, well, let me see what else is. It's basically, though, just telling you to turn inward and find the answers you're seeking, which I know you already do. And don't do any big changes in the next few weeks. Now is not a time to make any major decisions. When this card comes out, things are just kind of still and quiet, and it's not time to take much action. It's more time to just do self-care and honoring yourself, and it's a time of pause and reflection. Right now, basically, that's what Spirit is suggesting. Okay, pause and reflection. Okay, let's see what the tarot says. So also, I know you've been posting a lot because I've been doing a few more readings. Doing a few more videos. So I have the 2026 Seasons of the Witch, these decks reading out there, and then I also have a flip through review of this deck, the Seasons of the Witch Winter Tarot, which is a really nice deck, and then I have the quadrant reading out there. Okay, so let's see. I need to get my ass moving, actually. Need to work and save up some money for my travels. Okay. Well, this card is completely opposite of that message. Let me read the whole thing to you, okay? I feel like, okay, it's saying, if you feel the urge to take action, consider keeping a journal to hold your ideas and desires until you're better prepared. So I feel like Spirit's saying there's just some things you're not fully ready or prepared to do right now. Maybe it's just not the month of January or the next week or so, but for now the energy is saying the action time is not yet. But you still do whatever you need to do, right? You do you, like you do your intuition and your instincts and your guts. It's not saying don't do work, but it's about like major decisions. Let's see if we can find some work for you. Seven of Winter Wands. So Seven of Wands, you're gonna have some, I feel like, you know, you may have to, if you do take action, which you have every right to take action. It just, guess who's here? It's your cat is here. He always comes for you. It's Luke. Luke came by. See? Look, he's just, Luke. Where'd you go? Luke. It's like, oh, Divine Goddess here. I'll give her some sun energy. Why does he always comes by when it's your reading? What, Luke? What do you want to say? He's got a message for you. He says, you know my father. No, okay. So yes, Luke, affection. He likes to be pet, but he does not like to be held. No, it's just because I named him Luke from Star Wars, and Luke has daddy issues, right? And Darth Vader says, I am your father. And then Luke says, no. But also, Luke is an orange cat, and I feel like orange cats have a special meaning, like representing the warmth of the sun. I'm just trying to figure out why he is here. But he's very soft and rubbing all over me. So maybe you have some jealous people around you, but people might resent your success. And there could be pushback right now if you pushed forward. I think that's the only reason why Spirit's trying to caution you. Most cases, though, there's nothing to fear. As long as you just show up, do hard work, stay true to your values, then you can keep going, But there's just people who might be jealous of your tenacity and your work ethic. I'm getting the energy here that some job that you apply to could be something where they usually hire on the inside, how they promote within, but you get the job, and then when you start working, people are a little like, there might be somebody who's annoyed that you got the job over them, and they wanted to, I don't know why I'm hearing that, but see, you've already been in those damn kind of annoying work conditions, right? But I'm feeling like a particular job that you might get right now in the next few weeks could have that kind of a kind of that work dynamic where somebody who's jealous, they feel like they should have been up for that job or something like that. But basically, you do whatever you need to do, and you will always do it with your truth and your honesty and your goodness, and your talent, your abilities, Let's keep looking. That's true. Haters gonna hate. And this one came out for Noxie for a second, and then I put it back. So you have winter death. So it's like endings of some things and good positive beginnings for other things. Let's see. Maybe this wasn't the deck for you. Well, I think I'm gonna go with this Winter's Embrace. Oh yeah. Look, you got miracles. You got synchronization, enchantment. Avenues, companionship, and positive news coming through. See, this was the deck for you. What's going on outside, huh, Will? Let's get a few charms. Well, I'm not going to do tarot anymore. We have special team. See, you are going to find that team of great people to work with. And you're going to travel a whole bunch more. And everything is sunny and happy. And the number 5 could be really important. And you're shedding the skin of the snake year. And all your heart is, you're going to have that love energy. You have the key to somebody's heart, and Cupid's arrows coming in, and you've got the little fairy who's magic, giving you some magic. This is like the magician manifesting things, and Big Band giving you the divine timing. The arrow is like showing you exactly where you need to go. The cross is for you have faith, and the Eiffel Tower is locations and destinations, and the whisk is mixing things up, and the red thread is like this feeling of a connection that just never ends, a beautiful connection. Well, I showed you the tarot. The death card came out, and I was saying that that's the 7 of winter. So 7 of wands is having a defensive energy, and death is something new coming up. So you could be getting one of those jobs, but there could be something about one of those jobs that just doesn't suit you, and then you choose something better. Okay, honey. So that's all I got for you tonight. We got fireworks right here. Let's go look. There's some over there. I hear something. Oh. I'm like, I'm getting like vertigo. Feeling like I'm about to fall over. Well, I'll go back and Salama. There we go. Whee! Y'all gotta see my neighbor's tree. It's got this big star in it. Like, I'm about to. I think it's because I was sitting down. Oh, I know, because I got my glasses on. You see his big star in his tree? It's like machine guns. All right, I'm gonna go inside. It's a little bit cold out here too. Happy New Beans. I remember during a church ceremony, I guess a mass at, oh no, maybe it wasn't church. Anyway, I remember at some point my kids or somebody saying, oh, I know what it was. It was for black eyed peas that we traditionally eat on New Year's Eve, and somebody called them Happy New Beans. All right. Let's see now. Sorry for Salama. Salama, you have a question? Let's go back. Salama. I have been doing for long. From childhood I have been honest and bold. Is that possible? When do I have it? Salama, did you want to do your reading now? Job opportunities. Salama also does not have a job. Well, let's look real quick for you, Salama. Salama. Job opportunities. Ooh, you got the initiate. Oh, nice. Initiate of Winter Pentacles. Nice. And it looks like you could be riding. And look at that. The Eight of Winter Pentacles. So both of these cards have like your back and you're focused on work here very intensely. It looks like you're definitely going to be getting a job, something that you really like doing. It could be like a remote job from your home. It could be also dealing with things that you enjoy. Like it could be writing, creating recipes, or yeah, in a way, like how-tos or something like that. Yeah, and all the ingredients and things they need to put. Like on the one hand, this looks like following the recipes, and this is like you're the one that creates the recipes. But also the initiate is the page or the student. So it could be like some training or studying that you do in order to, yeah, I'm seeing a remote job. Like something I was doing was called TELUS remote jobs. And what they do is you have to follow certain training manual or whatever and take little tests to see if you qualify, and then if you get qualified then you do this little job and you get a certain amount per hour or something like that. So it feels like that's something possible here for you. Let's see. About you have unstoppable, nice, and innovative. And it feels like when it, for some reason, seeing innovative makes me think of like AI, and that was kind of the job I had, was like some kind of AI teaching job, training the AIs or something. So there's all kinds of stuff out there, but I feel like that's a strong possibility for you. And let's see what your oracle says. Ooh, Bridget Stahl, this is a really good one. It feels like that, like creating things thread by thread, weaving your desires, like literally, and working as one with the source of creative power. Really nice. So this is good favor, happy life, increased finances, and creativity. Things are really going your way. And the Bridget's doll is like a fertility doll, and people used to put them in beds to make, bring good luck and things like that, fertility and growth and good fortune. So this can represent financial stability and happy home. And for careers, this means a promotion or a significant pay increase. In love, this is a harmonious relationship as well. And it's just general happy life and being blessed by the goddess. And so beneficial favor will be for you for some time. And so this is a happy cycle that's coming through for you. And projects during this period of time are going to have long-term success. And new people entering life will have soulmate potential as well. So that sounds really nice for you, Salima. And I hope you liked that. I hope everybody had a happy time. Thank you all for being here. Thank you, Divine Goddess, for posting the links. And I'm going to go check out some more fireworks. Come on. Okay, everybody, thanks for coming. Happy New Year. See y'all next year.